Hello, it's Nikki. So today I want to talk about technology and what I use and how I made this decision. It's something I'm asked about all the time. I've actually written a full blog post about this, so you can go and check it out. But I just wanted to do a video as well because sometimes you just need to hear it because, you know, you're doing other stuff. You're cooking the dinner, you're on a walk, you're wherever you are. So I just want to make my content really accessible, basically. But forgive me if I'm going back and forth because I am sort of reading it because I've got loads of notes, but I want to talk to you as well. Okay, today I want to talk about Podia, which is the online platform that I use. I've been using it for about 6 months now and I really love it. I'm not paid to talk about this, but I do have an affiliate code. So if you're interested in trying it out, do feel free to check out the link down below and it will take you through to a free trial. You can have a look at it, you can see what's going on and see if you like it. I'll just give you a bit of background knowledge on Podia. So their sort of strapline is turn your passion into income, everything you need to sell online courses, webinars, downloads, and memberships without worrying about the tech. So why am I interested in this stuff? Well, because I am a huge advocate of passive income because I think there is such beauty. I mean, one-to-one stuff is wonderful and I will never eliminate that from my business because I absolutely love being in the room, being on Zoom, whatever it might be, with somebody. And I love going deep and seeing that transformation, seeing how I can be really useful in that moment. But there is so much power and impact that you can have with passive income. And first, before I started creating it, I understood what I needed in terms of my sort of purchasing. So when I first started and I was coaching, like I paid for my coaching qualification, it felt so much money at the time. So the other stuff that I had to learn in terms of building a business, a lot of it came from books, it came from courses, it came from webinars, it came from like tele-seminars because that's what we were doing back in the day. And I went from everything from like purchasing an ebook to a short course to a masterclass to those programs. So I did B School back in 2013 and that at the time felt like one of those, I've got to press like my payment details, but I had to close my eyes at the same time because it just felt like it was so much money. It just felt so scary. And then since I've kind of grown my business, I've realized that I can only work with so many people one-on-one. And I certainly don't want to build my business, so I'm working all hours of every single day. Plus, in the last 5 years, I've had 2 children and my partner works away a lot. So we need to make this work situation work for everybody concerned. And also that pressure of going, oh my goodness, I've got to put the baby to bed because I've got to speak to this client on the phone. Like, we know it's really stressful as well. The first moment that I realized the power of passive income was when I released my first ebook back in 2014, and that was in the December. But also when that kind of Stripe account was like, bing, bing, people are buying it. Oh my goodness, I couldn't believe it. And that did feel a bit uncomfortable at first because I just felt like, have I deserved it? Like, there's a lot of mindset stuff that goes on with passive income, and you can check out my free masterclass around this, which is 5 things you need to think about before you create it. I'll link it down below. But really thinking, really noticing, I guess. So that was in the December 2014. And in the February of 2015, I found out I was pregnant. I wasn't one of those glowy people who was just like, oh, I'm pregnant. I was like, I'm pregnant and I need to lie on the bathroom floor for 9 months. Like, I felt terrible. So again, I felt that pressure of like, I can't necessarily like, it felt so much to even put something in my diary and that pressure of being able to fulfill it. So I really started to look at how I could package up what I knew and make it work for me in that way. And then when I had my son in October 2015, I sold 2 books on the way to the hospital, or during that time, I can't remember which because I wasn't obviously thinking about that paid for my taxi to the hospital and back. And that was a real light bulb moment of like, oh, there's something in this. Like, I can be doing something completely and utterly different and my things, my sales are still coming in. And that happened again when I had my daughter in 2019. Yeah, it's just been really interesting. So from that point, I started with an ebook. Then I did some audio downloads. I did short courses. I've done like DIY, do it with me courses, all kinds of things. And now I have this big sort of solid program called Your Personal Brand Plan. So through that process, I've explored and experimented and free trialed like every platform. And I got to the point where I just couldn't decide, because it's one of the things that comes up a lot in Facebook groups, like, what platform do you use? I like this, I like that. And sometimes it's just like, it's just names, or it's just companies that you've heard of, and you just don't really know whether it's going to be for you or not. So I want to share what I did. I wrote my brief like I was writing a job description, and here are the things that I wrote down. And actually Podia, which is what I'm here to talk about as well, ticked all of these boxes. I'm recording this in September 2020, so if you watch it further down the line, you're like, they don't do that anymore. I just want to give you full transparency on the timeline of this. So this is what I wrote as my brief. Easy to navigate and to customize without too much brain power. So I know a lot of marketers love that awful kind of uniform blue, and I didn't want that. I wanted to use my own brand colors, but I'm not a coder, so I wanted to make it look nice without thinking, oh my goodness, how am I ever going to do this? I wanted to be able to host a variety of content, audios, writing, and videos. And I also wanted to have a straightforward payment system. Now, not a lot of people know this, and sometimes I've signed up for free trials and gone, oh my goodness, hang about. When am I going to get paid? So some of these things, they don't actually release the cash for you until 60 days after somebody has purchased. And that just felt so long, because then there's a refund thing and And I wanted to have that connection with my customers. So if somebody needed to do something, I wanted to be that first point of contact rather than some kind of abstract sort of system. So do check that lead time when you're thinking about it. The other thing that I really wanted to do was I wanted clean sales pages that looked contemporary and not spammy. I hate those ones where you have things flying at you. Upsell here, buy this now, do it right now, the clock's ticking. Wah! I know that sometimes we all need a bit of a shove, a gentle kind of nudge, to consider how this is going to work. But, you know, I'm just not into that. And I know a lot of my customers and my clients are. I wanted also to make my monthly fee, so my subscription, work for me. I was with one particular platform for ages, and the amount that I had to pay per month, it felt like I was always not chasing, but I felt like I was always having to bring out in huge amounts of money just to break even. And that felt a huge pressure. So now with Podia, I think I pay about £30 a month. That seems like a really comfortable thing, because some of my products that I have in my shop are £20. So even just to break even, I just have to sell 2 of those a month, and that feels really good for me. I wanted a secure platform of content that wasn't on my website, that could be structured as a step-by-step process. So I wanted to shift stuff off my website so people could log in separately. They could do all that forgotten password, etc., and make it really clean and easy. Okay, where did I want to get to? So I've been able to create bundles, which has been great as well. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. I wanted to also create free options. So there might have been people who have purchased courses when it was hosted on another platform, and I've been able to use that. So I'm just scraping my cup of tea across the table. I've been able to shift those courses and products across onto this new platform, and so being able to give people free access immediately without them going, oh my goodness, am I going to get charged? What does it look like? Like, to be able to do that really seamlessly has been really great. Also being able to create discounts. So if you have an early bird, or you have some kind of promotion or something like that, you can do that. Another thing that has been really valuable for me is being able to know where people are coming from. So recently I did a paid speaking gig on another platform, and I said, if people purchased after watching this particular thing, they would be able to get this sort of bonus or something like that. So being able to create that sales page that I know those people have come from there was really invaluable. Finally, I'm able to add people to mailing lists really directly. So if somebody subscribes by purchasing, they can go on a particular email list. And because the way that I communicate a lot of the time is through email marketing, that is super useful as well. So I hope all of those things have been useful. I invite you to write your brief of what you're looking for, rather than asking all these other people like what's the best platform, what's this sort of thing, and compare and contrast and all the rest of it. Because the more that you spend time doing that, that eats up into your time where you could actually be doing the thing and launching and making the money that you need to make. If what I've shared with you sounds really good, as I mentioned, there is a referral code down below, so feel free to use that. Have a trial, have an experiment, have a play, see if it's going to work for you. Also as well, it's really easy to create URLs. So once you've created your sales page, if you want to embed those things into your website, even if it's just a kind of copy to click here type situation, it's really easy and straightforward. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. And any questions, my DMs are open, so feel free to ask away. Have a lovely day, whatever you're doing. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.